Tonight on Obscured Reality, join us as we take a look at the new news article that just came out about Bigfoot being sighted in Colorado from a train. Is this going to be the video that proves Bigfoot is real? Or is this just going to show us another human in a costume? Come with us and find out. Sit down, sit back, relax, and join us on our journey through Obscured Reality.
Welcome to another episode of Obscured Reality. Join your hosts, Mark and Stephanie, as they take you through a journey of the extraordinary, bizarre, and often frightening world of the unknown. Explore topics of the paranormal, UFOs, alien abduction, lost civilizations, mythical monsters, and other unexplained mysteries. Come along with us as we transcend into another dimension of obscured reality.
Welcome back to Obscured Reality. Stevie and Mark back at you. Got her while texting. How's it hanging, Stevie?
Good.
It's one of those days and nights and weeks.
Bro. I have stories. I have so many stories for when we are off the podcast. Jesus Christ.
True that. I hear that. Oh, man. All right. We got a good one for you tonight. Probably be kind of quick. But first, did you catch you catch the eclipse today? Or is eclipse not a thing out there in...
It wasn't. I don't think so.
No.
You're the second person to ask me that. No, I did not see it. I don't know if it was a thing, but even if it was a thing, I wouldn't be able to see it. I was at work.
Yeah. Well, I don't really care about eclipse that much, but
that is really cool.
It was good. So we had a lot of fog in our area, and the sun started coming up, and the heat from the sun just started to push the fog back out to the ocean, and then the eclipse started. So it stayed not as light out and cool, so the fog stayed. And it was thick enough, there's patches of thick enough fog where you could actually look at the eclipse through the fog and
that's
be
cool.
Totally fine. So there's one. Here's another one. Another eclipse photo for you. And you want to hear the most amazing part?
Yeah.
Is the fog was perfect for this. So when the moon got to just the right spot, you could make out better than you can at night, the man on the moon. You know?
Really?
You've seen that. Yeah. Check this out.
Ooh.
We are 2 for 2 today. I mean, technically that's the sun, not the moon, but whatever. It's funny. Give me a break. All right. Well, we got an interesting one tonight, guys. United States citizens of America, you guys just don't let down. That's for sure. Yeah, you want something new, but y'all keep doing shit, and
this is why aliens won't contact us.
Y'all keep doing shit, and we keep recording shit. So
yeah,
I don't know, man.
Yeah, the age of the internet is an interesting one.
Yeah. This, I don't know, man. It's a thing.
There's a lot of things.
You guys might have heard recently there's something in the news. I know Stevie knows. Guys, Bigfoot has ventured to Colorado these days. And to the news, someone had the right frame of mind to actually pull out a camera and record this time.
Concepts.
Yeah. So let's just get into the story here, and then we'll take a look. We got a video and some pictures here, and we'll see what's going on with Coloradians or whatever. Actually, these people were on a trip, so they're probably from Florida, actually.
Because things like that only happen to people from Florida.
Yeah, you never know. Well, let's see. So the title of the article for this was Bigfoot caught on camera during couple's romantic getaway in Colorado.
Oh, it was a great headline.
Oh, man. So there's a married couple. They believe a mythical creature joined their romantic Colorado getaway. Now, that's just headlines. That's just news person writing crap
Clickbait. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think this married couple believes Bigfoot joined them for their romantic getaway. Why? Well, because they were on a moving train and whatever they saw was out in the mountains off in the distance from the train. So it clearly wasn't with them. I'm just saying.
The way they phrase it makes it sound like they had a campsite set up and Bigfoot wandered in like, "What's up, guys?"
With them. Yeah, give me a burger.
I was gonna say marshmallows, but that's good too.
Yeah, give me a burger topped with marshmallows and a goddamn beer.
I would love to see a hairy motherfucker try to handle a sticky marshmallow, honestly, because that'd be funny.
I know a hairy motherfucker. I do. Okay, well, so it's story time, y'all. That's what Shannon Parker said in a Facebook post where she claimed she and her husband, Stetson guys, like the cologne, like the whatever else they make, boots? Was it boots? Whatever.
Don't know.
That's a cool name. I've never heard that as someone's name before. That's good. They were celebrating their 10th wedding anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
Now, the article says they spotted Bigfoot meandering. I'm going to rephrase that too. They spotted what they believe was Bigfoot meandering down the side of a mountain in the middle of the day. That's not to cast discredit on these folks. They believe what they saw. That's fine with me. I'm just saying they don't know for sure that it was or wasn't. Okay, so she had said that they were on a train between Durango, Colorado, and Silverton in southwest Colorado when they spotted the fabled elusive creature.
Ooh. Spooky.
Yeah. So here's a quote from Miss Shannon. She said, "As we were passing by the mountains, Stetson sees something moving and then says, 'I think it's Bigfoot.' Boom! Right there, it's in her mind." She is 44. This is what she wrote in her Facebook post. So he just precognized her damn brain into that's Bigfoot. Mm-hmm. And it sounds...
Suggested it, yeah.
Yeah, and what you hear from these people in the article, they're probably like you and I. They are probably interested in these topics, whether it's for entertainment or they really believe, all this stuff. Who knows? Mm-hmm. But he just, I'm making up words. He just precognized her brain.
Precognized. He suggested it to influence.
Exactly.
Suggested influence.
So,
yep.
Yeah. So that's a problem. So here's another quote from Miss Shannon. "It was at least 6-7 feet or taller." Okay. Well, which one? 6 feet, 7 feet, or was it taller? Because taller means 8, 9, 10, 11, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet.
And also, how are you going to judge something meandering at a distance while you're on a moving train?
Right. So that's where things come into play, where, these stories always bring up more questions. And I'm not saying this was something that these people, well, yeah, it is something they should have asked, but I can completely understand them not asking or not thinking about it. But, that's the thing. Like you said, Stevie, moving train. This thing's quite a ways away from the train in the mountains. And it's moving, doing whatever. So what I want to know is how exactly did they come to that conclusion? The estimate of 6 or 7 feet
or taller.
Right. Are you familiar with this area? Have you been hiking in those mountains? Those bushes you see out there, do you know what the typical height of those bushes are? Have you been in those? That type of thing. It's not a bad thing. I'm just curious myself as to, well, how do you come up with that? I
am curious as well as to what prompted you to guesstimate at that.
Right. It's just like the light I saw out here by my house. you know, I would have explained this anyways, but if someone were to ask me, well, what makes you so sure this wasn't a conventional aircraft or something that we have?
Mm-hmm.
And then I would tell you exactly why. And then they would say, well, what in this really made you think it did something unexplainable? Well, I would explain that because I can,
Yeah.
but we need this stuff. So Ms. Shannon said it matched the sage in the mountains so much that he's like camouflaged when crouching down. She had explained this to the New York Post. If you asked before our trip, we would have said maybe Bigfoot could be real, but now we're convinced. I would like to talk to these people, especially
Yeah.
Miss Shannon, because I want to know why she's convinced. Now, I'm not saying she shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
I am not saying she shouldn't be. I just want to know, for me, why are you now convinced that Bigfoot's real? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they did react as quickly as they could.
Quick.
Shannon shot photos while the guy sitting next to them, who she identified as Brandon. Oh, God. I'm starting to hear go Brandon. Woo! He tripped again. The guy sitting next to them,
This
Brandon,
country is a fucking shit show.
captured an 18-second video. The pictures and videos from a moving train are the latest blurry visuals that some people claim proves Bigfoot is real.
I love
the
commentary on that.
Yeah, it's good. You can't knock these ones for having blurry video or photo because they're on a moving train. This thing's out there, so they're probably zoomed in, and they have to move with
the train,
whatever it is, the creature that's moving, right? So they're on a moving train. The creature's moving. They're zoomed in. I mean, of course, it's not.
I feel like the train is probably moving faster than the creature.
I feel like that's a good conclusion. I would imagine
it's probably harder to counteract the train than the creature itself.
Yeah, I'm just saying you never know if it moves right and stops, it moves left,
crouches apparently.
Yeah, so
but that's a very strange coloring, like
what
description. Matched the sage so much that they almost blended in. Usually, Bigfoot is like dark brown or black. Like sage is not dark brown. So that's why I'm like,
Stevie, when we get to the video, I think you will see why she said that.
Okay.
And I think you will see that what you just said is also true about this thing. It is the normal Bigfoot colors. Oh, well, yeah. Come out and say it. That'd be great. All right. So Miss Shannon gives us another. Yeah, she gives us another quote here. She says, y'all. I really want to know where she's from. Texas, maybe. Y'all, out of the hundreds of people on the train, 3 or 4 of us actually saw, as Stetson said in the video, and Shannon had wrote on Facebook, the ever elusive creature, Bigfoot. I don't know about y'all, but we believe. Yeah, we believe. She told the Post that the train conductor said there have been similar non-human sightings before. Okay.
So non-human could encompass a lot of things, first off.
Yeah, it was a cricket. I think this is a good turning point in the story because you go from your typical Bigfoot story, and we'll get to the videos and pictures in a minute, guys. But and you look at the photos, it's all the normal same stuff. But here we have even the person sitting next to them. At least someone else saw it, and they took video. So now you have 2 different groups of people. This husband and wife.
But do we name drop? Do these other people come out and be like, hey, we're the other people. Here's our footage.
Well, Brandon, the guy sitting next to them.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a good thing because now we have 2 groups of people seeing this.
Okay. So I didn't know if Brandon was like, okay.
Right. So Brandon's the one that took the video.
Gotcha.
So that's good. But now, kind of what you said, Stephanie, now we need Brandon to come out and give his thoughts and ideas and opinions on what he thinks it was he saw. Keep in mind, he's probably preconditioned because he probably heard Stetson say, "Look, it's a Bigfoot." So that's not good because you're already, boom, before you even see the thing, you already got a visual in your head. You can say it's a UFO, you got a visual before you even see it,
Absolutely.
So, but what else is good is the train conductor, at least according to Shannon here. She said that the train conductor said there's been numerous sightings before of something that appears to be non-human.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's good. So now I want to know exactly where they're at on this train route.
I want to point out everything in the Colorado wilderness is non-human.
Except for humans.
Correct. So, I mean, if there's multiple non-human sightings, it's probably because there's a forest full of non-fucking humans.
Yeah. Well.
But so it could be...
Yeah. And just so you guys know...
a very generic answer.
Yeah. The wilderness in Colorado is not the only wilderness that has non-humans in it. Pretty much all wildernesses do. I just got to make the point. But yes. I mean, you'll see the video and the pictures in a minute.
Okay.
But, I want to know exactly where on this route they were at. I want to see if there's any homes semi nearby or hiking trails or parking areas.
So it's I want a railroad in South. I don't know. I was gonna say it shouldn't be that hard to pull up the railroad tracks in that part of the state.
But I want to know exactly where this is at, and I want to know what kind of animals are in that area. Are there animals that people would typically hunt for over there? Because then you could totally imagine a dude in some type of whatever suit, whatever ghillie suit, whatnot, hiding out in these bushes trying to get a deer or a moose or whatever the hell's out there, an elk.
You never know.
Yeah, a bear. Who knows? So
man, they blend in too. Like they really blend in. Those fucking suits are so good.
Oh, they're great. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I love it.
Yep. So now we got the train conductor on board. He didn't see this thing, but he's heard people tell him these things in the past in that area. So my guess is from people on the train. And this is the train conductor saying it, supposedly. This is according to her. So right there, it gives you a little bit more of a credibleness,
Right.
People will look at someone actually working a job saying, yeah, I've heard stories before as credible versus someone who's just on the train,
Well, let's go, Brandon.
He doesn't want to lose his job.
Let's go, Brandon. And
let's not trip all over this thing.
And let's have him come on out and tell us his side of everything.
Yeah, well, that's if he can walk the distance. Oh, shit. I did. This isn't next door. There's free speech a little bit here. Okay, so barely.
You should come to Indiana.
Well, I'm talking about the Nextdoor app versus YouTube, whatever. Nextdoor. I did a test on Nextdoor the other day because people were bitching about posts being removed. I created a post. I only put one word. I just put Israel.
Brandon. Oh.
It was probably less than an hour and the post was gone. That's all it said. No opinion, no.
It's because people probably got fucking wild in the comments.
No, part of Nextdoor's problem is that their moderators are people like you and I. People in the community that aren't paid by Nextdoor. They don't work for Nextdoor. There's no training from Nextdoor. They're allowed to be moderators. People start bitching about a post or a comment. Well, those bitches go right to the moderators. The moderators look at what was being bitched about, and it's up to their opinion. It's up to what they believe. It's up to what party's side they're on. It's kind of BS. So, okay, Shannon.
It's always something.
Shannon said. He said that he went out snowshoeing in those mountains before and had seen footprints that were larger and much bigger stride than snowshoes would have been. That is what Shannon is claiming the train conductor told her. He's been out snowshoeing there and seen huge footprints. Now, I know you mentioned snowshoes before I even said snowshoes, Stevie, but I just want to point out I'm pretty sure that most air-breathing humans, so that would mean ones that are alive,
Okay.
if you went out and let's say you got a big wooden cutout about the size of a snowshoe and you carved it into a big foot with toes and you made an imprint in the snow and you
Okay.
took one of these people out and said, that's a snowshoe print, even if you have never actually held, seen, touched, used a snowshoe, you'd look at that and say, you're a
No,
fucking idiot.
yeah, no, it's not.
Right. And then you
Yeah.
take a snowshoe and print that in the snow real quick and say, that's a Bigfoot print. Most people are going to be like,
No, it's
there's no
not.
toes. Come on.
Yeah.
Right. So, I would take his word if he's been out there snowshoeing. He's wearing snowshoes. He has claimed he's seen footprints that were larger and much bigger stride than snowshoes would have been.
Mm-hmm.
I trust him because he's got a couple facts in there. Number one, well, he's saying that they were much larger than snowshoes. That is a fact because he goes snowshoeing. He uses them all the time. So he would know. He'd have a good idea, right?
And
snowshoes
snowshoes are pretty big, but
yeah, but he was out there as well, right? In snowshoes when he's seen this stuff.
That thing is huge.
He can easily compare. But it depends on the snowshoes. I mean, there's lots of different kinds and sizes. So but either way, yeah, they're large, He also mentioned a much bigger stride than snowshoes would have been, which makes sense because when you're wearing something like snowshoes, my guess is from a dumbass that's never used snowshoes is your gait isn't going to be as long. Your footsteps is not going to be as long as it would be without snowshoes. Why? Because you're going from a foot this size to a foot this size, because of snowshoes.
I feel like it would
can't.
be kind of ducked as well and wider. I mean, that's how I would walk. It would probably be the wrong way, but my dumbass would probably
I'd walk backward.
Trip. I would 100%
pay to see that. Yep, same here.
The fuck up.
So he makes a good couple, points in there, which is very good. I think that's helpful, assuming he really said that, which I believe he did. Shannon continued to say he has seen unexplainable things as well. Well, right, because you kind of just said that.
Yeah.
So we know. The comments section features a combination of hilarious videos, snide comments from non-believers, and exclamatory... I mean, whatever, man. Who cares?
I rush to comment sections sometimes. That's where the real entertainment is.
Yeah. Yep. Usually. You definitely get both sides and usually a third and fourth too.
Oh, God, that's great.
The comments section features a combination of hilarious videos. I just read that to you, right?
Yes.
The state of Washington's National Guard. So I reread that real quick because I'm not sure if it's from this or that, but I think it is. The state of Washington's National Guard provided a description of the creature in a blog post titled Legend of Bigfoot. Here's a quote. The legends of Bigfoot go back beyond recorded history and cover the world. Hold up. How do you know it goes beyond recorded history if it's not recorded?
Right.
I mean, I just want to say guys had 2 penises before recorded human history. Right? I mean, you don't know. It's not recorded unless you find the skeleton, right? They're all burned up in the
things you could have said.
4 of them. 1, 2. You never know. All right. So cover the world before recorded human history. This is from the Washington National Guard. So they continue. In North America, and particularly the Northwest, you can hear tales of 7-foot-tall hairy men stalking the woods, occasionally scaring campers, lumberjacks, hikers, and the like. I mean, we don't need that from the Washington National Guard because anybody who's even heard the tiniest thing about the alleged Bigfoot, They already know that. The Northwest is a hot spot.
Yeah.
Northwest, Northern California, you got Oregon. You got, I mean,
Washington.
This is common sense at this point, guys. The National Guard explained it goes by a number of different names, including Sasquatch.
Yeti.
Well, yeah, but what about Yeti? Okay. What are those names? Oh, people already know. We don't need the fucking quote from the National Guard. These guys are dumbasses if this is all they're putting on their site. They're not giving history lessons here. Another quote from the National Guard. Those who claim to have seen Bigfoot have described everything from a large upright ape to an actual hairy human, sometimes standing over 8 feet tall and described as powerfully built. Yeah, that's that's Bigfoot. There you go. Last of their quotes here. The debate and research continue. Entire organizations exist to study and document Bigfoot, improve its existence, and groups regularly search the Northwest woods looking for that ultimate proof. Right.
Yep.
National Guard.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Oh, yes. Good job, you
Thanks
twats.
so much, Captain Obvious.
Don't you have something fucking better to do, like make sure terrorists aren't illegally flooding into this country from the southern or northern border? I mean, there's other things you guys get paid to do. We don't need to hear from you about Bigfoot. Especially if it's just going to be common sense bullshit. Border Patrol handle that,
and National Guard just does the weekend a month? What?
That's, yes. But it would be, they have better things to do, such as go help out the Border Patrol.
On their one weekend a month and 2 weeks in the year.
Yeah, go do whatever National Guard does and leave the common sense comments to, the comments section of Facebook.
Yes, please.
So we're going to get into some damn video here and a picture. Oh, some pictures. And let's see what we got here, Stevie. Now, you tell me. Now, the creature is right there. It's that dark spot kind of in the middle. This is a video. We're going to play it here. You ready?
Okay.
You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Just below to the left of the play button. Here we go. Interesting. Kind of pan off to the right. I feel like I could find that rock field on a satellite view. Let's play it again here. Let's take another gander at this. Here we go.
Okay. Whoa, that was really zoomed in.
There we go.
I mean, now, I definitely see it.
Well, of course you see it.
No shit. But fuck off.
We're gonna, let's play this again, and we're gonna zoom in here.
Please.
Let's.
Do you have a stabilized version? Since you like doing that.
Oh. No, ma'am. All right, here we go. Play. Ooh. Hold up. We're gonna do this again, and we're gonna zoom in even more. Huh. Interesting. Let's do this again. You ready?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to play it and then start zooming in.
Yo, that really looks like a ghillie suit.
Yeah, I mean...
That really looks like a ghillie suit.
Here we go. One more time. I don't think we have a choice.
Yeah, we got to do this one more time. Bro looks like he's taking a shit.
Well...
I know, I'm just saying.
So that's our video. Yeah. Now, I'll point this out. Oh boy. I mean, I'm almost speechless. It looks, honestly, the second I see it, it reminds me immediately of Patterson Gimlin film. Honestly, it looks very similar. It really does. You know, I don't really know what to say. It looks similar. I do like that there's kind of a little bit different color variations on it. You notice somewhere in the torso it was lighter. The back had like a shine, almost like a silverish shine to it.
And then there was definitely like a darker area around the face.
The face looked very pronounced as well, which I think is interesting. And it didn't look like human. However, if you had some suit on that came down just the bottom of your forehead and up to the bottom of your chin, you'd probably look like that. I'm not saying it's a suit. I'm just saying you could probably easily replicate that facial look. I mean, it's so far away.
I mean, especially if it is someone in a freaking ghillie suit, they have a mask that goes with it. Like,
that doesn't mean they're wearing it. Who knows?
I'm just saying. I said if it was someone wearing that, it would make sense because they have a mask.
Now they didn't appear to be holding anything, but that
looks
doesn't
like they
mean
squatted down and like put their hands on their knees like that. And
it looked like they were doing something. They were doing something, but you don't see anything. You don't see him carrying anything. However, he could easily have a rifle strapped, with a strap on it, strapped over his right shoulder because he's walking this way. So that's on the other side and you wouldn't see it.
Nope.
But it almost seems like he went to a specific spot too. So if it is a hunter, maybe he stashed his shit there while he walked 20 feet away to go take a crap because he doesn't want to crap or he shoots. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that's it. I'm just giving some possibilities.
No,
that's all.
I mean, there's so many things that it really could be. Like, like you said earlier, where was this? How close to civilization? Like, that very well could have been someone's private land that they were hunting on.
Yeah. Yep. So, well, let's look at the pictures here. Here is a zoomed in picture here.
That's all I heard.
So here's what I like about the face is it's darker. You don't have your, it definitely looks a little different than normal. However, I'll tell you exactly what I think I see. Well, I'm not going to say what I think I see, but just what I'm seeing. That looks like a person's face sticking out is kind of what I see. Just a normal person in some type of suit, almost looks like a fur type of something, with their face sticking out. You can see the clear shine on the forehead, the cheeks. It looks very pronounced like a human face. I mean, I'm not seeing... It could be anything, but...
I see the Grinch.
That looks like a human face to me. It looks better when you're zoomed out to normal view. But I'm not really sold on much here. Let's go to the next one. We got 4 different versions here. I mean, these don't do much. The bottom left picture we already saw. The top left and bottom right kind of give you an idea of distance, maybe. The top right, it's just another angle on the face. And that face looks very pronounced and different from that of the suit. It doesn't look like, I say the suit as if it is definitely a person in the suit, right? But the edges of what you might consider to be a suit, it looks, the face looks distinctly different than the suit. You would expect a blending in, Also, I want to point out to something you said. You mentioned some of them ghillie suits come with a mask. Well, to me, it looks like this person has a mask on or just under their nose. It looks a different color than the suit or fur, whatever that is. Similar color, but the darker tone. It almost looks like they have a mask on there. However, in the bottom left picture, it doesn't. So maybe the arms are moving. Let's go to the last picture. There you go. I mean, not much of anything. Yeah, so we're going to go back to the video. Let's play out one last time before we talk about this crap. And I'm going to pause the video in a spot because I want to see something here too. But, it looks interesting. Let's replay, and we're going to pause it right there.
Thank you. I was really hoping you'd pause it right there.
We're still going to... We're still gonna get that play button right there, which sucks. But let's zoom in on that. Yeah, it looks like someone putting their hands out in front of them together because they're starting to squat down to sit on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that looks 100% normal. That's not.
It's not in
anything
any way
crazy to
weird,
me.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, nothing weird yet. You know, this thing's definitely screwing around with something down there. Can't tell anything in that picture. Let's see.
It's almost like they're putting something into a sack.
That is exactly what I just saw. Let's see if we can. I gotta pause it just at the right spot.
Right.
There.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like they picked something up. You know,
it's hard to tell because of
it
quality
really looked
and
like
the distance, but I mean, it really just the motion of what I saw. It definitely looks like it squatted down with a sack and like put something into it.
And right at the end, when it looked like it was putting that thing down or closer to the ground, it almost looked like the forearms down to the hand were a different shade, as if.
And they looked long.
Yeah, it almost looked like. Of course, it kind of does there, I guess. So maybe they were just angled right. Yeah, it's the tops. So I mean, that could be anything. You know, Bigfoot. I'm seeing it looks clear to me that is
human.
Well, yes.
I feel like it's human.
A person's face. Right there you see it? Kind of. And right there. Was it that one?
It is killing me not to look up
Here we go.
a ghillie suit.
Yeah, well, I mean, doesn't matter because this is so blurry and crappy anyways. But look at that bottom left one. I'm sorry. That looks like a normal person to me. Looks like their face sticking out of a hood. That's, you know,
like it's
this
pulled
ain't no
up over
Bigfoot.
their head.
Yeah. So, before we continue, Stevie wants to take her time while I look something up, and she wants to talk to you guys about the like, share, subscribe, everything.
Yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe. Please leave a comment down below if you have an opinion on what you see. Do you see what we see? Also, if you have any obscured stories, please email us at obscuredr1@gmail.com. That's obscured with a D, R1. If you got any stories of family members from lost civilizations, people who in your family who speak lost languages, have you seen things? Have you seen paranormal, Bigfoot, Loch Ness monster? What's your story? If you want to come on, tell us about it. That'd be great. We'd love to have you on. If you don't want to be on, we can tell your story for you anonymously. But also don't forget to hit that bell so that every time a new episode drops every Friday, you get notified. It really does help us out. And tell all your friends. Share the love. We appreciate it. Little Korean finger hearts.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself, especially right now. But like, I could totally see myself if I was with some friends. Here's the D and S&G Silverton Bridge. I could totally see myself if I, say, lived in the area, at least, right? And I was like, I'm not going to say bored, but, bored. Yeah, I could totally see myself, not alone maybe, but with at least a friend saying, shit, we live here. We know the roads. We know right off Highway 550, there's a really close spot to the river and the railroad tracks. And we know there's a little tiny turnoff with a hiding spot where we can park. They just go hike over the rest of that hill with their Bigfoot suits or whatever it is. And they just go fuck around behind some trees and wait for the boop doop to come by. And they start walking around and people don't know what the hell they're looking at because they're moving too fast. These people in the suits, not saying that's what's in this video, but these people in the suits, myself and a friend, right? We're not close enough to the train to get great quality zoomed in video, but we're just close enough that we'll get good video, but zoomed out. So you can't tell shit, you know? I could totally see myself doing that if I lived there and I had a friend that was like, hey, you want to go? Right. I mean, are you really hurting anything? Are you doing anything illegal?
No.
No, you might fucking get shot, but as long as you're okay with that, you're good to go. The chances of that happening are slim,
Yeah.
you know? So, I don't know. I want to hear your verdict before mine. I think we're on the same fucking page, but
oh yeah, we're definitely
let's
the
see
same.
what you got.
I mean, I've definitely voiced my opinion about it. Like, I feel like it is a hunter of some sort in some sort of like camouflage suit. He looked like he put something in a bag. Like, it could have been a guy who was hunting who was just like, oh, gathering his like kill or whatever it was, and like, oh,
Right.
who the fuck are these people? Why are they
Yeah.
recording me? Like, it could have been something as simple as that. I don't think it was, but I mean, that's just where my mind is leaning. I just
Yeah.
there's no hard proof and evidence of Bigfoot, and
No.
until then, it's just not that.
If these people, there's no way these people rewatched their own video before they got a hold of the news. Keep in mind, they had to get a hold of the news. So
Right.
again, very important. Where are they from? Do they live in the area? Do they frequent these woods? Because here's the thing. I mean, and not that you wouldn't do this. I don't know, but they clearly contacted the news.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, the news wouldn't have known, right?
Right. Yeah.
So how do we know this isn't someone they know? Right? Shannon
Exactly.
Stetson, let's have your last name. I can do an easy background search and find out exactly where you live, which would tell us if you're local to the area or not. Right? Yeah. I mean, they probably take the train all the time. Who knows? And they could have scoped this out. It could be, where the Highway 550 got really close to the train tracks.
Yeah.
That's where we see the biggest spots that look like this.
True.
Like they could be this area, So I'm just saying. So my verdict, no, 0. I think it's a human, whether they're wearing some type of costume or ghillie suit type thing for hunting. Who knows? But you look, I have the 4 pictures up right now. You look at the bottom left. That's a person's fucking face sticking out of a hood. Whether it's a costume or ghillie suit, who knows? But that's what that is to me. I don't see how it couldn't be. I'm just not. I'd say Patterson Gimlin's better than this. At least you can kind of see the face. At least you can kind of see the face in the Patterson Gimlin, and it doesn't resemble a human the way this does. This clearly looks like a human head sticking out of a fucking hood. So these people, before they went to the news,
like they're looking down too, like back to the whole putting something into a bag. Yeah.
Yeah. So these people, they go to the news, and it's like, well, there's no way they didn't rewatch their video before they went to the news. And you tell me they weren't sitting there pinching the zoom and all that shit and looking in. There's no way they got there.
Oh, well, the mind sees what it wants it to see. And once it was like suggested, it's just that the mind is going to find the details to continue to prove it's correct.
Yeah, but once you zoom in and you see the quality, which is not great quality, but
no, it's not. Some people just really want to believe, man. Some people just really want to believe.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And it must have been a slow day at the press if they put that in the news.
Well, yeah, who knows? I don't know. I mean, I do know for me, and for me, I know that that's probably a person in something. I'm not convinced of shit. And who knows? It was probably cold too. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. This ain't a Bigfoot. I would love to talk to these people now, especially after reviewing the video and the pictures and all that, and really dig deep on some questions onto why they firmly believe in Bigfoot now, and that this is a Bigfoot because they had to rewatch their video. It zoomed in. There's no way they didn't,
Right.
Everyone else did for them. They're like, oh, let's see where we're at in the news now. I mean, you would, I would. Like,
let's see where we're at in the news.
Read our article.
Now.
Yeah, and you see the work someone else already did for them. Here you got 4 pictures, 2 of them zoomed in, and it really looks like a face, I mean, yeah. America, thank you. Hey, thank you for not letting down. Again, you never know. Could
Thank
be
you
anything.
for always providing.
Yeah. Could be anything.
Thank you, Florida man, for always providing.
Yeah, Florida's goddamn. If you go a week without Florida in the news for anything, it'd be amazing.
I mean, there was a thing on Facebook for a while where you would look up what your Florida man date was. Like, you just would search Florida man and your birthday, and yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Apparently there's something for every day of the year.
You know what for when you said Florida guy or Florida man, for some reason that just immediately made me think of Steve Irwin. I don't know why, but I think it had to do with the stingray. And I'm Florida, I'm thinking ocean, I'm thinking stingrays, right? And
in California, why wouldn't okay. Do you associate Steve Irwin with California because of ocean and stingray as well?
No, it's because you said Florida, which is surrounded by ocean.
I know, but...
So the first thing I think of is ocean.
I'm just saying, but so is California. So would you have the same reaction if I said California and would you think of Steve Irwin?
Depending where we're talking about.
Okay.
If it's close to the ocean. I mean, Florida's close to the ocean. All of Florida.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, yeah, so that's what I think. And then the second thing I think is it's the penis of America. And then the third one, I forget what it is. But, I mean, they're living up to the name. Well, not them. Some people.
A lot of people, apparently.
Yeah, so anyways, I immediately, for some reason, thinking of Steve Irwin and stingrays, right? And because I thought of him, I'm thinking of the South Park episode about Steve Irwin when he unfortunately died.
Yeah.
You remember the Halloween costume?
No.
No? I think it was Cartman. I could be wrong, but he's the asshole, so it was probably him.
Probably Cartman.
His costume was simply a shirt with like a stuffed animal stingray sticking out of it. It's good. It's good.
That is good.
Yeah, it wasn't too soon. It had to be soon for that.
Yeah. I feel like if I can't figure out anything for Halloween this year, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to be Cartman dressed up as Steve Irwin with a stingray through me.
Dude, you go on Amazon right now. I guarantee you for like $20-$30 you could find a t-shirt with a stingray sticking out of it. I'll bet you money. If you don't, I'll buy you one. You could. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Guys,
turn down that deal.
Here's all we're saying. You got a better chance of getting stung in the chest and dying from a stingray than you do seeing a Bigfoot on the Colorado line from Durango to Silverton. My verdict's in. That's a fucking person. Duh.
Yep.
They could have done better. Patterson Gimlin did better than that.
Jesus Christ.
If it was hoaxed. If.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
a case
where
of
we
mistaken identity once again.
Oh. Mistaken or possibly known identity. Hey, friend.
I'm going to say mistaken because it sounds better.
Friend, we're on the Durango Silverton line on Sunday. It leaves around 10 a.m. I did the math, and we should be around that rocky spot around 10:40 a.m. If you want to hop in that ghillie suit. Oh, it's sitting in an Amazon package on your front door. I bought it and ordered it for you. You go look.
Christ.
We'll get some video of you and freak people the fuck out.
Right.
Y'all. So, yeah. Obscured Realities verdict. Bullshit. They may believe what they saw and think that's that, and I'm halfway fine with that. But the other half comes into play of let's use some fucking common sense.
Mm-hmm.
especially since you watched your video before you contacted the New York Post. Please.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Is what it is. All right. She said it before, and I'll say it again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. All the normal jazz, right? Especially subscribe and like. But even more importantly to me, almost, if you have an obscure story of your own, you heard something, you saw something, just not quite right, and some of the stuff Stevie explained earlier, send us an email at obscured with a D, r1@gmail.com. Type story in the subject line. We want to hear your story. We will tell it for you anonymously on here. We would love to and probably prefer to have your stories
from you directly.
The ones you've already heard or can find. Yeah. And if you'd like to be on the show, you can do so anonymously or not anonymously. It's very simple to do. Barely any work on your side, and you're good to go. Just let us know. With that said, Stevie, any final thoughts on this fine Saturday evening?
Good night. Jeez.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yep. It's bedtime. I'll be dreaming about that train ride because that sure looked beautiful. And Bigfoots.
Yes. Go ahead and fall down that YouTube rabbit hole, then you'll have some better dreams.
YouTube and Google rabbit holes. All right, folks.
Oh, gosh.
This is Obscured Reality, and this is us out. Peace.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to check back with us often for new episodes. Feel free to drop a comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Obscured Reality.